I actually shaved today.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's looking so baby fresh, you guys.
Yeah.
What's up, Team NBL? It's Music by Lucas.
And Lawrence E. Ray, and we are here in beautiful Miami, Florida, with a very special guest.
Maurice West. He has a
What's
brand
up?
new track, Rhythm of the Night. It's out right now on Spotify, right?
Yes,
Amazing.
Spotify, everywhere, SoundCloud, Beatport, whatever.
If you haven't heard it yet, you guys are missing out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, so today we are going to be talking with Maurice about how it feels and what it's like to have success at such a young age.
But first, we are going to do what we always do, which, you guys, is the Icebreaker Question. It's a random question that Maurice does not know, so let's see what it is.
Oh, gosh.
Those are small cards.
We're going to choose one from here.
Good luck.
Maurice, if you were given the opportunity to be an assistant to any person, living or dead,
Oh.
who would you want to learn from?
Wow.
Wow, that is a good question.
Let's just say Stevie Wonder, because like maybe he needs assistance because he's blind.
That is true. Wow, he's helping him in so many
Yeah.
ways. He's learning from him, and he's
I can
actually
learn
helping
from him and I can like hand him over stuff.
First off, how are you guys liking us with these microphones?
Yeah, what do you think of these
These
awesome
are
mics?
fancy.
Yeah,
Taking
yeah.
extreme measures because of the music.
Got it.
Which I hope you guys are also enjoying in case it's picking up the music right now.
Enjoy.
But, hey, it's a party. So, Maurice, when did you start producing music? At what age and why?
I think I was always making music, but like you have this app on every Mac computer. It's like GarageBand.
Yep.
And like I was always messing around with that, and then suddenly I was like, maybe I should step it up a notch and just like try something more professional. And
Yeah.
then like when I started doing that, I was like, okay, I really want to do this. You know, I really want to try and be able to like make a living eventually from DJing and producing. So that was about the age of 14. I
Oh,
think.
okay. So, like yesterday.
Yeah. I actually shaved today.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's looking so baby fresh, you guys.
Yeah.
He didn't want to have the same mustache. That was what it was.
No.
Why music? Was there anything else like you ever wanted to like be when you grew up besides
I remember actually that I wanted to be a camera guy for some weird reason. I have
Why?
no idea why I was fascinated by like the art of video or whatever.
It's cool, Maurice.
Yeah,
That's
But
It's
like
cool.
actually not a camera guy like artistically, but just like for TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, be behind that camera. I have no idea.
So you started with GarageBand. Does that mean you use Logic Pro now, or
No, Ableton actually.
Oh.
I hated Logic actually.
that's what Lucas uses?
That's what I use. What do you hate about Logic?
I don't know. I was used to Ableton already a little then. So
Okay.
and then Logic seems really really a different way of doing things. Like Ableton's
Yeah.
really easy for me to cut things
Right.
up and just place it somewhere else really quick and fade in, fade out, blah blah blah. And in Logic it was just like, wow, where's all the stuff I usually get my hands on so
It's a
easily.
little complicated. I'll teach you later.
Yeah,
It's like,
sure.
you know,
There you
some
go.
lessons. You know, no
we
big deal.
could collab in
Yeah,
Logic.
exactly.
There you go. Yeah. Is there anything you like to do besides making music? Like, or do you have like a secret skill or hobby?
Actually, yeah, I'm actually pretty good at Photoshop and Lightroom.
Oh, okay. I might need to use your skills because that's very important.
So it
to
sounds
have.
like Lauren and me are collabing with Maurice.
Yeah. It's just gonna be one big collab episode. Like. No, but actually, I used to design artworks for festivals.
Oh, cool.
Really?
So like the flyer is what I used to design, and then it was pretty funny because the guy knew that I was making music. The guy who hosted the festival was just a friend of mine, and the festival got pretty big actually. It was like he had a really big main stage with 5K people. Then he was like, "Hey, I know you DJ," because I was already making the flyers or the posters or whatever. And he was like, "Don't you want to play at the festival or whatever?" I was like, "Of course, dude. Yeah."
Look at
And-
that. Look
yeah.
at the way that you got yourself into that.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
so
sneaked
cool.
my way in.
Yeah. But that's what you got to do. You have to have other skills so that if it's like not the DJ route that takes you there directly, it's something else that
Yeah.
gets you to the same destination.
You never know what like special skill or random thing is going to make you unique and make you get there. Like Photoshop, people.
All right. So what was the first track that you think really made the difference, really kind of started building your success?
Formula.
Okay.
That
yeah.
was the first track that I released on the Spinning Talent Pool.
Right.
I don't know if that's still a thing, but like you could just send your track and then it got votes in some sort of chart or whatever. So that was actually the first track that I was proud of.
Yeah.
And I went to a lot of clubs and like asked the DJ like, I have a USB stick, just plug it in and
Yeah.
play that track. And
Yeah.
like later I understood like that's not the way to do it, but I worked my way from there. Like this is the kind of style I want to do, and then I sent a lot of tracks to Armada. and that's sort of how I made my way.
Well, what do you think it was about that specific track that was the difference maker?
I don't really know, but I've been making like sounds, like not even songs, like just designing sounds and just making sounds or beats or whatever, like remaking them from tracks that I heard and that I really liked. And then I started making full songs like after 1 year of producing, so like when I was 15, and so I didn't really finish a lot of tracks, but I think Formula was the first one I finished and that I really liked.
How do you feel about like big room as a genre? Because some people are saying like it's going out, or it's like, what do you think is the future with like the genre that you produce, for example?
Well, I think big room's actually got to make a really big comeback.
Yeah.
Because like the big room market was really oversaturated, and like you could just take a sub kick and throw some random sound on it, and it would be a song. Like it would get like 2 million views on YouTube or whatever. That was so weird, and then I feel like it's the same way now with future bass.
Yeah.
And with what's the other genre called? Like future house.
Future house, yeah.
Or future bounce, even.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
A lot of different ones.
Yeah. So like a lot of those songs start to sound the same, and
Right.
then you know like it's gonna switch again.
Yes.
I feel like the music industry is like fashion, because like
Yeah.
yeah, like in Holland it was fashion to wear your pants like really saggy or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like fashion again to pull them up.
To mold them up and make them tight.
Like maybe the pants are gonna go down again.
Yeah.
Like the big room's gonna go up again now.
I think that's a really good point, though, because as other people in big room are leaving, and they're leaving like a gap open for people like you to double down and become like the actual voice of that.
Yep.
I'm hearing a lot of people leaving, so I think that's awesome, because like your music in big room is just getting better and better and better,
Yeah, well,
and you're starting to mix it up.
There's an open spot right now, but it's not easy to go into that spot, because there's still some people making big room, and for it to be a really good big room song right now, it has to be like perfect. You have to nail every single part of it, because there has been made already so many big room tracks.
All right, so then we need to ask the question, because you kind of led yourself into it. What makes the perfect big room track?
Well, I feel like a lot of big room lately has been too complicated.
Yeah.
Like there's so many stuff going on in one song, and it used to be just like a break melody, big climax in the break, and then just a really like gimmicky drop.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like that's gonna come back. Like not the complicated big room, but just like the really effective big room. You know?
So, I've heard that you recently worked with Kashmir. What was that like?
Well, he's so cool, man. I sent him an email actually, just like, hey, you want to work on this track, blah blah, because it was really a track that I would only release with him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would just be people saying in the comments like, oh, this sounds like Kashmir, blah blah blah.
Right.
Okay.
He's so nice. Like he's one of the most nicest dudes in the whole industry, and he was all like, oh, this is great, we should finish it, and we just started talking and sending stuff back and forth, and then I met him for the first time at Tomorrowland, I think. He just came walking in the artist village, and he was like, yeah, come with me upstairs. He had his own like dressing room and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then like the first thing he did was pour everyone tequila, and we did a shot of tequila, and
Oh
we
my
like
gosh, that's the best.
we went through his set, like
That's
we
the
were,
secret to the Kashmir music.
Yes. His team is so cool as well. Like I've been doing some shows with him in the US, in New York, and in Philadelphia. His tour manager and his visual guy and his lighting guy, they're all super nice, and Nels is just a really great guy and really talented, of course, and it just clicked really well.
That's what you guys need to do. If you have like a song and you already have some like great credits and it sounds similar to somebody, you should reach out and collab, because it works.
Yep.
All right, Maurice, so we have some questions for you from the producers team.
Yes.
The first one comes from Oxa Music. He
Okay.
wants to know what plugin you like to use for stereo imaging and also for sidechain. Do you like the LFO tool, Kickstart, or something else?
I used a stereo imaging plugin from Waves. It's called S1, I think. S1 Image.
S1 Imager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of stopped using it and just like started panning stuff
Gotcha.
left and right when I layered synths or whatever. I was kind of overdoing it as well, because when I listen to my tracks in mono, like the older ones, they don't really like they sound so different.
Yeah.
Like that's really a problem I used to have. Like when I turned the mono button on and listened to my tracks.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to hear like what it would sound like in a club. Like you would just hear like the high frequencies, just the hissing part of the synth, you know, and not like the body part. So that's the problem I had really. And so I stopped using the S1. I don't know, sort of randomly panned stuff to the left and right and kept some in the middle so it would hit harder.
Yeah, and you're finding the right sound, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about sidechain? Are you more LFO tool, kickstart, or something else?
It's just really random when I throw like on the first thing I want to sidechain in a project, I throw a LFO tool. I'll be using the LFO tool for the rest of the project.
Okay, gotcha.
And if like randomly I use the kickstart, I'll just use the kickstart.
It's like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Whatever goes first is going to keep going.
Yeah, but I think like the kickstart is cool for like if you really want to do something fast. The LFO tool can be way more precise.
The next question comes from Travis and Ozone.
Yep.
They're big fans of you, and they want to know what you get inspiration from, where the inspiration comes from.
The thing I used to do actually was listen to really different music from the music that I'm making at the moment, and then go back and listen to tracks that are actually like relatable to my genre or whatever. And then sort of the outcome would be me taking the best part of certain songs that I really like and switching them up and throwing it all together and then mixing it up musically with like a different piece of music that I heard that's different from big room or whatever or progressive house.
So you think that's like one of the secrets that helps you bring that originality to your music?
Well, I think like everyone that makes music has like a storage in their brain of everything that they've heard and everything that they like and that they like taught themselves about in some way, and what they make at that moment without like really overthinking, that's just the outcome of what's all the stuff that's in their brain, like all the music. For example, if you listen to a lot of my tracks and then start making music, it will probably sound like something that I would make.
It probably will.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But if you listen to all of your music and then you also listen to like reggae or Michael Jackson or something totally different, maybe the hybrid will be like really cool. Like you never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like mix it up a little bit.
Like I try to listen to a lot of old disco or soul songs, and you can kind of hear that in my tracks, I think.
Thank you, Maurice, for stopping by. Like that was some
pleasure.
really cool information on production, on Big Room, where the industry's going, how it feels to have this success.
And if you love Maurice West, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because
and of
he's
course,
awesome. Be like Maurice West and hit that subscribe button.
I don't think I subscribe. Maybe I should.
I think you should.
Yeah, you should subscribe.
Yeah.
Maurice West, subscribe, guys. If that doesn't convince you that you need to subscribe,
It's worth it.
I'll pay you later.
I love that I'll pay you later will be the end of the video.